Aloha. Evening 9 of lockdown, I think. Hope you've all had a really good day. Yeah, you've probably not watched all the videos I did before because, like I said, I only meant to do one, but they kept not uploading. I ended up with 4. And my mummy, did you see the message she sent me? It was so cute. It's funny because when I was, in fact, no, it's not been while I've been away because I don't live with her anymore. I haven't done, well, I lived abroad for years, and then, but because I don't live with her, even though I see her most of the time because they only live up the road, when I was on Come Down with me years ago, she still got that on the telly. It was like 2009, and she still got that on the telly. So she says, when I miss you, I put that on. So she's been looking forward to the videos every day. She like keeps texting me throughout the day going, have you not put your video on yet? Have you not put your video on yet? Because for her, it's just like seeing me, you know, 'cause she's like finding it hard, us having this lockdown. Anyway, yeah, mental health still staying above water, which is good. I hope yours is too. You know, it's sometimes when we get in them dark holes, it's hard to lift yourself out. But what I've learned over the years is that changing that thought pattern is key. It is for me anyway, and all I've got is my experience. But for me, I can't think of 2 things at the same time. So if I'm feeling really down and really shitty, I can try and fake it. Sometimes when I've felt that black cloud light coming in like that, and for me it feels like it feels like I'm wearing a hat. I like feel pressure around here, and the black clouds descending, or the black dog as Winston Churchill coined it. What I can do then sometimes is actually put a happy song on, or go and stand in the mirror and like smile to myself. Look like a little weirdo smiling to myself, but you know, that's what I do. Smile at myself, fake it till you make it, that kind of stuff. Because like attracts like. So if you're feeling negative and you keep thinking negative, you're going to feel more negative. Whereas if you just make that, like try and pretend, that's what I do anyway. I try and pretend, fake it a little bit. I'm very aware that I could sit here and start thinking about all the bad stuff going on around me, and you know, focus on all the negatives. Especially when I watch the news, and I have been watching a lot of news. Normally, I don't touch the news. Don't read newspapers. Don't watch the news, because I am susceptible to depression. So for me, it feeds that. It really feeds it, and I know this will be feeding it as well. But and to be fair, if I did start getting depressed and anxious, I'd probably stop watching it. But at the minute, I'm like sort of 1 minute I forget it's happening because I'll get engrossed doing something like tree hugging, and then the next minute I'm like, wow, we're actually in the movie Outbreak. You know, living by yourself, it's hard. You know, not having that contact with other people at all. At least if you've got someone in your household, you have got someone to hug. The only thing I can hug is Ozzy, which I'm lucky, and that's why I hug trees. One of the first things that I noticed when I started hugging trees, because I'm an only child, I've got half siblings and a lovely stepbrother, but as an only child, the only child of my mum, I'm always very conscious that once my mum's gone, I feel very on my own, because I don't really see my half siblings. I see my stepbrother, but he lives in Yorkshire, and I don't really see my step siblings much. But yeah, so I was very aware that I'm on my own, and the fact that I've not got children. And the first time I hugged a tree, oh, I love this song. Listen to this, Ollie Knight's voice. Oh, heaven. Sorry, I've just got to pause this. During break. Sorry, I'm only mentioning Ollie and not the rest of the band.
These tiny stars upon your tongue. Come these words, tongues tied together. You say you won't go away, 'cause I love you every day.
How beautiful is that? Yeah, what was he on about? Oh God, absolutely no idea where I was up to then. Oh my God, so sorry. Anyway, don't know. I'll have to, if it was something important, I'm sure it'll come back to me. But yeah, keeping my head above water. Trying not to let any of the negative... Oh, was it about the news? Yeah, if I watch the news, it can suck me under, so I don't normally watch it. But you can't help it with this, what's going on. And you're aware of it everywhere you go, do you know what I mean? Because of the social distancing and stuff. Oh, I was on about living on your own, wasn't I? Yeah, so that was it, the tree. So, this one of the first times I hugged a tree. I remember hugging it and thinking, do you know what? Yeah, one day I'm going to be left on my own, no kids, no mum. And I thought, this tree is always going to be here for me. A tree's always going to be there. Well, unless some tosspot comes and bulldozes it down to feed cattle or something. But yeah, trees are always going to be there. And when I hug them, sometimes I have a real spiritual experience when I hug trees. And on that day, it was just like being in the bosom of my mum. That real, like, sense of belonging, that sense of oneness, that everything's okay. And in that moment, I just felt really, really at peace and like, you know, I'll never be alone because I'm connected to the universe. But that's the other good thing about being in a 12-step fellowship. It's all over the world. So I've been to conventions in Portugal and Turkey, and I've been to conventions up and down the country. It's in every single country, everywhere you go. I mean, the way they've put together these online meetings with Zoom and Skype is amazing for people. You know, these meetings 24/7 that people can access. It's been a real lifeline for people. And that's one thing I liked about it. I like about it is the fact that I know I'm never alone, never again, because there's always going to be a meeting for the rest of my life. It ain't going nowhere. So yeah. So even though we are, you know, for those of you who are living alone and we've not got that contact, you know, if you can hug a friend's dog or something, I don't know. If not, hug a tree. Hug a tree. Anyway, I'm trying to stick me videos on YouTube. Never really done YouTube before, but somebody said, have you got a YouTube? I'll follow you. So I thought, oh, I'll shove them on there, why not? People are liking them. You know. Anyway, I do hope you've had a good day. And, you know, like I say, try and just, if you're having a negative thought, just try and put another perspective on it. Try and put another spin on it. Ask yourself, is this true? So, is it true that, I've said this before, is it true that I am going to get COVID? No, it's not true. It's not true till it actually happens. So I'm not going to let myself run away with that, because there's no point in worrying about something that hasn't happened. And you know, pick up the phone, Seriously, pick up the phone and speak to someone. You take the power out of it when you share it with someone else, whether that be a fear, an anxiety, anger, whatever it is. If you speak to another human being, it always makes you feel better. Unless it's the person who got you angry and then they still act like a toss pot, then obviously you're not going to feel much better, are you? Oh, I've been eating chocolate again all day. I've not even had any tea, I've just had chocolate instead. It's not good, is it? Definitely not good for somebody with an eating disorder, but I'm still purge free since September, which is a bloody miracle, so I'm not going to beat myself up over having a few chocolates on a lockdown on the day after my birthday when I've still got them in the house. I took them out of the packet and put them in a jam jar, you know, like a nice jam jar. I thought, if they're in the cupboard in a jar, then I'll just go and have one instead of having the box on the bed. Still had a ton of them, haven't I? I don't know. Once an addict, always an addict, no matter what it is. Anyway, remember, tree hugs, not drugs. Have a good night's kip. I am going to bed as soon as I'm going to leave the rest of them YouTube videos till tomorrow because otherwise I'll be up half the night. I might listen to one more Turing Break song before I go to sleep. And then not the Scott Matthews, how's he? Come on. What's he been doing? Sneaking on my Turing Breaks. Rain City, I don't know, I must have heard it, but I can't think of what it is. I just love him. Oh yeah, I do. I just don't know the names of him. Wow, we've nearly made it to 10 days.
Had a dream last night that both my hearts were broken. Evening time. Help me now, hold me down. I feel my world is tumbling.
You don't want to sit there looking to me enjoying Turing Breaks, do you? Oh. Anyway, yeah, night time. Tired. Gonna go to bed now. Sending love, hugs, positivity your way. Dawn, Beacon, if you're watching this, darling, I hope